Hey guys, just wanted to show you a quick video of how I do a pre-trip. Do it every morning and just what I look for, and some things that D.O.T makes you do that you don't really need to do, but it's better if you do. First gonna start here at the front of the truck. Just make sure the truck isn't leaning one side or the other. There's no leaks on the ground underneath, and just everything is where it's supposed to be. When we start coming around to the front here, I just check in the mornings, check my lights, both blinkers, hazards, lights, etc. Check my mirrors, make sure they're in good order. Alright, now we pop the hood. First thing I look at is the tire condition. Make sure there's no bulges or anything stuck in the tire. It's properly inflated. I'm just giving a quick look at the wheels here and the rims. I know I have these shiny lug nuts on there, but you know, I want to check those every now and then. Make sure the threads are good, lug nuts are good. Make sure that valve stem is on there properly. Come under here. I'm going to check my airbag in the back, make sure that's properly inflated. Check my brakes right here, make sure those slack adjusters are operating properly, the brakes are working. Make sure the air hose has no cracks or crinks in it or anything like that. Check the shock absorber, check my springs right there, and then my drag link, and then check the pitman arm right there. Make sure the castle nut is secure, and the cotter pin is in there as well. Check my steering box here, make sure there's no leaks of any kind, everything's working. Give a good look over on the frame, the steering column right here, make sure that that's not broken or damaged or coming apart from the steering box. I gotta check the steering fluid when the truck is running, but that's going to be too loud. This is the fuel filter. Make sure that's good level, there's no leaks coming from that. It's overall engine condition, checking for leaks, which I sort of have a couple of. Not going to show. Alright, I'll show you. Down in there, kind of see some oil leaking out. I am getting that fixed. I'm on my way now to a shop. So condition of the windshield, wiper blades, that kind of thing on this side. Make sure all the hoses, the radiator into the engine and whatnot are in good shape, and just an overall condition of the truck. Here and over here we've got the battery box. Make sure that's correctly attached, as well as the air tanks. There's no damage or leaking air coming from the air tanks. Alright, now on this side, same thing with the tire, same thing underneath there, but on this side, make sure I have enough coolant. Make sure the tubes themselves and the hoses are in good shape, no cracks or crinks or anything like that in them. Check the belts here, make sure they're tight, number one, and number two, there's no cracks or anything in them. Check all the belts, AC belt, you know, your main belt down here runs your alternator and your water pump and oil pump, etc. Make sure there's nothing lodged inside the air filter, and check the turbo hoses right in there. See if there's anything wrong in that. Everything looked good, obviously, because I've done my pre-trip already. When we move down to the side here, again, check the mirrors, check the doors, make sure the fuel cap is on properly and secure. There's no damage or dents to the fuel tank. If the sticker is up there properly. Come back here, make sure there's no excessive rust, you know, or anything on the stacks or the pipes. Check all my electrical and air connections right there. The one on the left is a service for the trailer, middle one is for the lights, and then the right one is the emergency. Another thing I also want to check right here before I start is my glad hands. Check the glad hands there, as well as the rubber grommets here. Make sure there's no dust or debris or anything on that. those are all properly secured. Check my drive shaft, make sure that's hooked up correctly and it's not bent. I was going to check the wheels back here, you know, as well as the airbags in the back there. Make sure that I have the fifth wheel hooked properly. I'll go around the other side. Again, on this side, check the airbags, check the springs, all the springs in the back there. Make sure that my fifth wheel and my kingpin are secure. There's no light coming through the top of there. It's fully engaged, or sorry, fully retracted. Under here, I won't be able to see that, but make sure that that locking mechanism is secured around the kingpin. Check the shocks up and down, just give it a once over. Landing gear, make sure the landing gear is where it's supposed to be. Check underneath, right there underneath the trailer, make sure there's no cross members busted. Come down here to the trailer, same thing with the trailer. We are going to check the rails along there as well as the tandems. It's kind of rusty under here. Check the brakes in the back there. Check the overall condition of all the tires. And every morning, I'm not doing this in the morning obviously, as you can tell, but every morning, you know, you just turn on the lights, make sure the lights blink, ICC bar, or your D.O.T bar now as they call it, secure, not too much rust on it. This isn't too bad. Your plates have correct registration and they're there, and make sure everything's locked. And then you got your, depending on what kind of trailer you have, clearance lights up there or clearance lights down here. Make sure they work as well, and make sure to check your turn signals on the trailer as well. Now that's a once over, you know, what I do every day. Just a quick check, and that's about it.